Hey, ladies. Video game adaptations are quite interesting. And when I mean interesting, pretty awful. I mean, just tell me, when have you seen a good video game adaptation? They've either been like, ooh, it's so bad it's good, or just bad. But with the release of HBO's The Last of Us, I think this could change. So, join me as I have a look at the first episode and just compare it and talk about what I liked about it and maybe what I didn't. Also, before I go forward, there's not going to be spoilers for the grander scheme of the game or the second game as well. I just want to keep things self-contained to the episode, so there will be spoilers for the episode and bits in the episode that link to the game. But I don't know if you want to hear me go oh, how it alludes to the possible ending. I'm not gonna really go there. That's just because I don't really want to spoil the story of the game and probably the TV show to someone who hasn't actually played the game. The episode starts off with a 1960s talk show. We see the host interview some form of scientist as he discusses the possibility of the end of the world involving a fungus. This interview gives us some explanation how the cordyceps infection started, and I really like it. The game kind of just leaves things ambiguous, which is good in its own way, but I don't know. I feel having an explanation of the climate's increased, so the fungus is more connected to humans. Kind of cool. Maybe it's them being political, but I don't really care. It's just cool. We then get some context to Joel's family as we skip forward to 2003. Yeah, unlike the game, which starts off in 2013 and has a 20-year time jump to 20 to 33, this starts in 2003 and time jumps to 2023. I see what you did there, Neil Druckmann. Anyways, Joel's daughter dies. However, there is a lot more backstory to Sarah, which I think's kind of good. The game doesn't really tell you much about Sarah other than that she obviously loved Joel. And I don't know, I think that's just really good how they made Sarah an actual character. Anyways, we end up in 2023 in Boston QZ. Wow, this just looks like real life. We then meet Joel 20 years later with Tess, who is possible love interest, but also his partner in crime, smugglers and stuff. Woo. Amazing. And they get a contract by the revolutionary group known as the Fireflies to smuggle a 14-year-old girl named Ellie Williams, who is immune to the infection. Wow. Anyways, the episode ends with them walking into the distance as a phone call from possibly Bill and Frank, who, if you've played the game, you'll know who they are. Now, I'm not here to summarize the plot, so that's in basic notes, and if you're watching a review, so you know what happens anyways, but I just want to talk about why this is so cool. Okay, so first of all, the backgrounds are just amazing. They feel so much realistic. Wow, it's so cool. I mean, compare this to the Resident Evil Netflix series, which had Home Bargains in the background. I'm not joking. Home Bargains was in that. If you don't know what Home Bargains is, Google it. It's a wonderful establishment in the United Kingdom. As well as attention to detail in the background, there's also just really good details to the characters, and this includes acting as well. Pedro Pascal is pretty awesome as Joel. At first I was like, would this work? But no, he definitely pulls it off incredibly well. I definitely think this version of Joel kind of adds a whole new layer of moral ambiguity to the character, which I think that's for the best because it kind of shows what he was actually like. I mean, in the game, it's kind of discussed about some of his actions in background dialogue, but to actually see some pretty shifty stuff going on it's cool. Bella Ramsey as Ellie is probably one of, I think, the best things about the actual episode. Like, Pedro Pascal as Joel was great, but I don't know, it's so, like, the voice, like, how did she sound like Ashley Johnson? Like, it's pretty awesome, right? It's got that, like, same, like, kind of sarcastic, feisty, relatively rude, but also kind of, like, wholesome, I guess. Just, like, attitude to the character, which kind of made the first game and, like, the friendship between Joel and Ellie just really awesome. Now, I don't really want to rant on about how great this is for too long, because you probably already think the same as I do. And if you don't, tell me why in the comments. I really would like to know. Anyways, I really want to thank you for watching this video. If you like this type of content, comment and subscribe, because I might make some more episodes about The Last of Us TV series. Anyways, thank you for watching and have a nice day.